What is going on, boys? This is Zorb here, and today we're going to be talking about how to improve in Fortnite. Whether you're a 0-win player, you have 100 wins, or you have, a couple hundred, and you're just trying to improve your overall Fortnite gameplay. This video is for you. You can always improve on things in the game. Me, pros, this game is extremely new, and there's so much room for improvement in this game. This is a very frequently asked question on my stream. Everybody likes to ask me how do I get better, and I usually give them a very short version of what I'm going to go over in this video. But the first step that I usually give people is play the game. Every game that you ever play, and every pro in every game that's out there, these people have thousands of hours in every single game that they're pro in or they're good at, because it takes time to go over learn certain skills and get used to the game, and that's how you become good at games. There's also ways to minimize the time that it takes for you to get good at games. So in this video I'm going to go over a bunch of different things that you can use to improve your skill way quicker than other players, and so that it doesn't take you thousands of hours to become good at this game. My first tip for everybody is obviously play the game, but to go deeper into that, find a good sensitivity, a sensitivity that allows you to build quickly. You can do rotations on your, 360s, 180s, be able to, flick around quickly, but a sensitivity that's not too fast and not too slow. Just find a perfect sensitivity that you're comfortable with and that you can aim with. My second tip is to make your build binds on your mouse. It's extremely helpful to have build binds on your mouse. Personally, I have an EC2A, which only has 2 buttons on the mouse on the side, and I have it to stare and wall. And then I use a key on my keyboard, which is X, to use my floors. It's extremely helpful to have it bound to your mouse because it makes pressing it a lot easier, and it's very easy to do while aiming and while spinning, and it's extremely easy, and a lot of pros and good players use it. Another good tip that goes along with playing the game is to, when you're first learning the game, you want to know how all the guns work. You want to know how to aim in this game, how to do certain jiggle peeks, certain, like the Tfue, crouch peek, ghost peek, whatever you want to call it. There's certain techniques in this game that you have to learn, and a good way to do that is, although some people don't like to, is to land tilted, because it is the place where you can get the most fights and take the most close range engagements, practice your aim, and yeah, there's a lot of raw just fighting in tilted. There's not much building that goes down there, so it's a very good spot to practice certain, aim skills and stuff there. My second tip to all of you who want to get better at Fortnite is to practice building. Building is one of the most essential skills in this game. Building can save you when you have 1 HP, and you can build your way out of it in certain situations and survive. And people that are good at building usually are some of the best players in this game. There's a lot of good examples out there, which I will, bring to light further in the video. But very good tips to practice building, which I use still to this day, even though my building's, definitely above average. Land Moisty Mire, or Wailing Woods, somewhere where people don't land, where there's a lot of wood that you can farm. What I do is, if I ever want to practice a new building technique, for example, say I want to do like a double reinforced single stair ramp, or I want to practice like a quad ramp, or practice like a reinforced double ramp or something, just whatever it may be, I'll hop and do like a 50v50, since that's out right now. It doesn't count for your stats. You get more wood than you would in a normal game, and it's a perfect place to just go land Wailing Woods. Who cares about the game? Just farm up, 999 wood, get some stone or whatever, and just sit there and practice different techniques. Practice your 1x1s, practice, everything you can, and get comfortable with all your build binds, and it will help you out a lot. But at the same time, you're going to have to get into build fights. You can't just sit there and expect to be good. I'd be like, oh, well, I practiced, for an hour, and I sat there and built 1x1s. It's a lot different sitting there practicing when there's no enemies, but you have to try to engage in build fights as well. And how do you do that? Most build fights start where two people are ramping at each other, and then whoever gets the high ground first is kind of just sitting there and waiting for the person under them to make a move. And there's plenty of ways to counter people that are on top of you, which is goes into my third topic, which is watch the pros and streamers. This is a huge tip that will help you out so much. This is personally how I got a lot of my building down. I watched a few streamers that I'm going to name. I have 5 streamers for you guys to watch. Well, 7, but the first 5 are just people to watch that will literally make you a better player just from watching them, even for a few hours. So I'm going to go over their names. Svenos, Ninja, Tifu, Myth, and Hamlins. These are the people that I watched when I first started playing Fortnite, which wasn't too long ago. I started at the very beginning of Season 3. I played the game when it first came out, but then I was playing CSGO at the time on a team, and yeah, I didn't come back to it until the beginning of Season 3. But I watched these streamers, and I analyzed which plays they make, when they push, when they lose high ground, how do they retake high ground, how do they, once they have high ground, how do they keep high ground? So many different things that you can learn from streamers, You can learn different, peaks, different ways to push people, all their decision making. You can kind of learn and try to adapt to it and use it in your own game. It's a very, very good tip to watch other streamers and people that are good at the game. Watch people that aren't very good at the game isn't going to help you, but the people that I listed are very good at the game. Most if not all of them are pros, and you will learn things from watching them. And it's about seeing what they do and trying to manipulate it into your own game. And the way you do that is not just by carbon copying exactly what they do. You have to understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. And once you understand that, you can try to practice what they're doing in your own games. And then once you do that, you can kind of improvise and learn the techniques that you use from watching and put it into your own gameplay. And after a while, you'll definitely see improvements in your game. So my last and final tip to help people get better at Fortnite is editing. Editing is a huge skill in this game, and this is mostly for the people that are like, look, I'm pretty good at building. I'm winning most of my build fights when I get in build fights with people, but I kind of want to take it to the next level and become an even better player. Editing is where you need to start. Editing is key in this game, and it really separates the people that are good from the people that are great. And 2 examples for people that are good at editing is, well, I have 3 examples. FaZe JMock, Nick-A30, and Cypher. These 3 people are some of the best people in the world at editing, and they make it look so easy, and half the time you have no idea what's even going on because they flick around and do it so quickly. But editing is one of the most important things in this game, and it will separate you from people that can't edit or people that aren't, around the same skill level as you. If someone is around the same skill level as you and you're extremely good at editing, it increases your odds of winning the fight by a lot. And it's a very good skill to learn. Just sit there, place some ramps down, mess with the edits and try to get them down quickly. And what I do is, since I'm still trying to master edits down, I have them down pretty well, but it's nothing compared to like FaZe JMock or Nick-A30. And what I do in certain fights when I'm streaming, I just, kind of just mess around with it, like kind of try to go for some style quick edits on people and just mess around, and just play with my editing to try to improve it so that I can do it in certain times of need and do it quickly and accurately. That's the most important thing, quickly and accurately, because sometimes I do it too quick where I mess up and it ends up hurting me and I die because of it. But yeah, boys, this is the how to get better at Fortnite. I'll just recap really quickly. Play the game a lot. Comfortable build binds. Find a good sensitivity. Practice building, without people around. And then when you have that down, practice in fights with people. Watch the pros and streamers. Analyze what they're doing and why they're doing it. And then try to focus on editing. And I guarantee you, if you guys do all these things, you will become a much better player. I did all these things, and I kind of compiled this together myself, and I've only been playing for 2 to 3 months ever since Season 3 started. I don't remember when that exactly was, but I've improved as a player so much. I don't want to bring statistics into this, but when I first started Fortnite for my first 1,000 games, I was like a 1.5 KD player. I'm now averaging around like 6 to 7, even when I'm kind of like in a trolly mood and stuff like that. So playing the game and following these steps will increase, all your stats, all your wins, and it'll make you a much better player. It's just about how much time you want to put into the game and how dedicated you are. I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash that sub button. Fucking LOL. And yeah, peace.